Jupiter is the planet that holds the honor of being the largest in our solar system. It is situated fifth from the Sun and serves as the planet with the highest mass. It is a subject that astronomers and anyone who are interested in space find to be particularly fascinating due to its immense size, complicated system of moons, and unusual atmospheric properties. 11 times larger than the diameter of Earth, Jupiter has a diameter of approximately 86,881 miles, making it the largest planet in the solar system. This gas giant, which is mostly composed of hydrogen and helium due to its composition, contains more than twice as much mass as the average gas giant. This planet has a mass that is more than the sum of the masses of all the other planets in the solar system. One of the most noteworthy aspects of Jupiter is its atmosphere, which is distinguished by bands of clouds that create a visually stunning striped appearance. This makes Jupiter's atmosphere one of the most outstanding elements of the planet. The components that make up these bands are, among other things, ice crystals composed of ammonia and other chemicals. The hues of these bands are different, which is a reflection of the various chemical compositions and temperatures that are contained inside the system. At the same time as it is responsible for the production of these bands, the rapid rotation of the planet, which completes a day in a little under 10 hours, is also responsible for the formation of turbulent weather patterns, which include strong storms and blowing winds. At least 400 years ago, Jupiter was battered by a gigantic storm that was larger than the Earth. This storm completely destroyed the planet. Great Red Spot is the name given to this particular storm. One of the most prominent characteristics of the world is the anticyclonic storm, which may reach wind speeds of up to 400 miles per hour, depending on the severity of the storm. Despite the fact that its size has substantially decreased over the course of time, the Great Red Spot continues to serve as a symbol of the dynamic and ever-changing atmosphere that surrounds Jupiter. One such zone that holds significant relevance is the magnetosphere that encompasses Jupiter. By extending up to 7 million kilometers in the direction of the Sun and coming close to approaching Saturn's orbit in the opposite direction, it is the planet that is the most powerful and the largest in the solar system. The distance between it and the Sun is the biggest of any planet in the solar system. Magnetic fields are responsible for the capture of charged particles, which leads to the production of powerful radiation belts that pose a threat to spacecraft. This massive magnetic field is responsible for the capture of charged particles. Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto are the 4 largest moons that circle Jupiter. These moons are sometimes referred to as the Galilean moons. Callisto is the 4th largest moon at Jupiter. In total, there are at least 79 moons that orbit Jupiter. Galileo Galilei made the discovery of the moons in question in the year 1610, and because of the unique characteristics that they possess, they have been the subject of investigation for a considerable amount of time. The surface of Io is home to hundreds of active volcanoes, making it the most volcanically active body in the solar system in comparison to other bodies in the solar system. It is believed that Europa, which is characterized by its icy and smooth shell, contains a subterranean ocean. This makes Europa a formidable candidate in the search for life that exists beyond the confines of our solar system. The largest moon in the solar system, Ganymede, is significantly larger than Mercury and possesses its own magnetic field because of its size. Additionally, She is the moon that is the largest in the solar system. A look into the early stages of the solar system can be gained by observing Callisto, a planet that is both very old and extremely cratered. Jupiter has been the subject of numerous missions, the most noteworthy of which are the Galileo spacecraft, which orbited the planet from 1995 to 2003, and the Juno mission, which has been doing research on Jupiter since 2016. Both of these projects have made significant contributions to the advancement of Jupiter investigation. These missions have given us with critical information regarding the composition of the planet, its magnetic field, and the behavior of its atmosphere, which has allowed us to obtain a greater grasp of this immense globe. Through these missions, we have gained a deeper understanding of this enormous world. In addition to its close vicinity, Jupiter has a significant impact that extends well beyond its location. Its tremendous gravitational attraction has played a significant role in the formation of the solar system, in influencing the orbits of other planets, and in protecting Earth from the risk of asteroid attacks by capturing or deflecting space debris. All of these things have been accomplished through the construction of the solar system. The gravitational dominance that Jupiter enjoys is a significant factor that highlights the relevance of Jupiter in the cosmic dance that is characteristic of our solar system. The features that may be seen on the surface of Jupiter are interesting, but the inside structure of Jupiter is just as fascinatingly fascinating. It is believed that the core of the planet is composed of a dense mixture of elements which is surrounded by a layer of metallic hydrogen, which is an uncommon sort of hydrogen that is subjected to a great amount of pressure. This layer of metallic hydrogen is believed to be enclosed by a layer of metallic hydrogen. The layer of liquid hydrogen and helium that is located above this one is the transitional layer that leads to the gaseous outer layers that we observe. That layer is located above this one. Jupiter's enormous magnetic field is created by the mobility of conductive materials within its interior, and this internal structure contributes to the formation of that magnetic field. Jupiter's magnetic field is extremely strong. There are also auroras that can be observed at the poles of the planet, which are similar to the auroras that can be seen on Earth, but can be seen on a far bigger scale. These auroras are produced as a consequence of the interaction between Jupiter's magnetic field and the solar wind, as well as with particles taken from Jupiter's moon Io. These particles are driven along magnetic field lines to the poles, which results in the formation of the auroras. The light shows that are produced as a result of Jupiter's interaction with its surrounds are the brightest in the solar system. This is done in order to showcase the dynamic interaction that takes place between Jupiter and its surroundings. The rings of Jupiter contribute an additional layer of intricacy to the system, despite the fact that they are not as apparent as Saturn's rings. Micrometeorite collisions on the surfaces of the moons, which are mostly constituted of dust particles that are flung from the moons that surround the Sun, are responsible for the constant renewal of these feeble rings. One can disassemble the rings into three fundamental components: the halo ring, the main ring, and the gossamer rings. Each of these rings is a separate component. The compositions and features of each of these rings are completely different from one another. Exploring Jupiter and the moons that orbit around it can provide insight into the origins and evolution of the solar system. This can be accomplished through the study of Jupiter. When scientists have a greater understanding of the processes that are occurring on Jupiter, they will be able to draw comparisons to other planetary systems, both within our own system and beyond it. This will allow them to better understand how Jupiter is working. Our understanding of planetary science, the likelihood of life existing in other areas of the universe, and the fundamental processes that are responsible for sculpting our cosmic neighborhood are all significantly impacted by the findings that were made on Jupiter and in its vicinity. These discoveries have enormous ramifications. Jupiter is a planet that is a source of everlasting intrigue and scientific research due to its massive size, intricate atmosphere, powerful magnetosphere, and unique system of moons. In conclusion, Jupiter is a planet that will continue to be a source of fascination and investigation. Due to the fact that it is a component of the wider framework of the solar system, its significance is underscored by the fact that it is a dynamic entity that continues to exert an influence on the space that surrounds it. A behemoth that lives in solitude is not the only thing that exists. Jupiter continues to serve as a focal point for our efforts to acquire a deeper comprehension of the universe. These endeavors take into account Jupiter's powerful storms and magnetic fields, as well as the planet's fascinating moons, and the possibility of finding discoveries that might revolutionize several fields. Would you like it? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channels for more interesting and informative videos.